to say other than hashtag gender equality. Yeah. Alright. All jokes aside, it should be noted that Yukiko Takayama, wow, I just said that so fluently, on the first try too, is the second female to write the screenplay for a Godzilla movie. Even Ishiro Honda, who decided to come back one more time to direct this movie, how fitting. Yeah, how fitting. It said that a woman's perspective was fresh for the genre. The end result was what was released on March 15th, 1975. Sadly, while getting positive reviews, completely bombed at the box office. That is a crime in and itself. The first of many crimes, I would say. Becoming the lowest grossing movie in the franchise until 2018. Why is that? Well, let's find out. This is my review of Terror of Mechagodzilla. Now, here is something of a callback to episode 1, where I just read straight from the Wikipedia page. So, let's just hope my reading skills have improved since then. So the plot goes as follows. Continuing after the end of the events of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, Interpol agents led by Inspector Kosuka search for the pieces of Mechagodzilla at the bottom of the Okinawan Sea. Using the submarine, I hope I get this one right, Akatsuki. There we go. They hope to gather information on the robot's builders, the alien simians, who are apparently not simians in this movie. You would expect them after being killed, they would transform back into apes, but that's why I gave getting my hopes up. The Akatsuki is suddenly attacked by a gigantic aquatic dinosaur called Titanosaurus, and the crew vanishes. Yeah, they literally vanished after Titanosaurus literally crushed the submarine. Oh yeah, fucking vanished. Poof, wizardry. Fucking witchcraft bullshit. Anyway, Interpol starts an investigation into the incident with the help of marine biologist Akira Ichinose. Yes. They traced Titanosaurus to a reclusive mad scientist named Shinzu Mifune, played by Akihiko Harada. The state of that makeup. Albert Einstein, you are not. Who wants to destroy all of mankind. I wish I can play that clip, but I'm not going to. While Ichinose is visiting his old home in the seaside forest of, I hope I get this one, Manazuru, yes. They meet Mifune's lone daughter, Katsura. She tells them that not only is her father dead, but she burned all of the notes about the giant dinosaur at her father's request. Apparently, he wanted her to do it. What does that remind me of? Nah. Unknowns to them, Mifune is still alive and well. He is visited by his friend Tsuda. The T is apparently silent. Who is an aide to the alien leader, Bugo, or Muggle, how you ever pronounce it. He's leading the project to quickly rebuild Mechagodzilla. Bugo offers their services to Mifune so that his Titanosaurus and their Mechagodzilla 2, don't get that confusing, kids, will be the ultimate weapons. The fucking cliche of the most cliche. Good God Almighty. They hope to wipe out mankind and rebuild the world for themselves. Started with Tokyo, of all places, and branching out from there. Are you sure you couldn't start with New York, Chicago, San Francisco, hell, even Osaka? Yeah, Osaka seems like a small choice. And then grow, and then grow, and then grow, and then grow. But Tokyo's fine. Although it would not be a monster movie if a giant monster didn't attack Tokyo and attacked somewhere else. Actually, it would be that case. Anyway, back to the back to the story. But things are complicated for both factions when Ichinose falls in love, lovey, with Katsura and unwittingly, I almost said that wrong, gives her Interpol's agents against Titanosaurus, the new Mechagodzilla, and the aliens. Way to open your goddamn mouth, you dumb son of a bitch. Rule 87, the common sense page. Think with your head instead of your ass. Apparently, he did not do that. Idiot. It has also discovered that Katsura is actually a cyborg. Huh? Due to undergoing surgery, and Mogul still has uses for her. Yikes. Yeah, this is what happens when you literally trade your daughter for a robotic cyborg. Although she doesn't look robotic. Well, underneath that skin anyway. I do not want to imagine what it would be like without that skin. Nah, I'm not going to that place. Too dirty. Meanwhile, Mifune is desperate to unleash Titanosaurus without the alien's permission, so he releases it on Yokosuka one night. But then, Interpol discovers that supersonic waves are Titanosaurus' weakness. They have a supersonic wave oscillator, yeah, I said that right, ready, but Katsura sabotages the machine before they can ever use it. Fortunately for them, suddenly Godzilla arrives with the most amazing entrance ever to fight off Titanosaurus and easily overpowers him, causing him to retreat back into the sea. Let me touch on that entrance. That entrance is superb. The way that it is shot, the way that it is revealed, mwah. Superb. What more do you need to say about it? Anyway, moving on. Later, when Ichinose visits Katsura, he is captured by the aliens. Tied up, Ichinose can only watch as Mifune and the aliens unleash Mechagodzilla 2 and Titanosaurus on Tokyo, while Interpol struggles to repair the supersonic wave oscillator and the Japanese armed forces struggle to keep the two monsters at bay. Katsura, while being controlled by Mugo, ignores Ichinose's pleas and controls both the dinosaur and the robot as they destroy the city. Suddenly Godzilla comes to the rescue, although he is, well, outmatched by the two titans. Are you sure he couldn't call King Caesar to assist him in this fight? Nope, he's all alone. He's going lone wolf. Clint Eastwood you are. Well, Clint Eastwood will be so proud of you. He'll be so proud of him, in fact, that he'll congratulating him for being on fire. No, I'm serious. That actually happens. He sets on fire. While Interpol distracts Titanosaurus with the repaired supersonic wave oscillator, Godzilla is able to focus on the attacking Mechagodzilla 2. And again, is being set ablaze when he is trying to reach the mech. Jesus Christ, I hate to be that guy in that suit. Awesome visual, anyway. Interpol agents, I hope I can say this right, infiltrate, why did I say that? I almost said that wrong. Infiltrate the aliens' hideout, rescue Ichinose, and kill Mifune and many of the aliens. The remaining aliens attempt to escape in their ships, but Godzilla shoots them down with his atomic breath. The Wikipedia page labels it as its. Although it would be true because Japanese people don't give specific monsters genders. They refer to most of the monsters as it. Yeah, genderless. Genderless? Right so. Katsura, while being embraced by Ichinose, shoots herself to distract Mechagodzilla. No, not distract, destroy Mechagodzilla's to control device, while had been implanted in her body by the aliens. This allows Godzilla to destroy the robot. Godzilla, with the help of the oscillator, then defeats Titanosaurus and heads back to sea, going back on vacation. He's like, alright, I'm done with the franchise. For now, I'm going back on vacation. See y'all in 9 years. Playing during the 2-minute break will be Damaged Case by Motorhead from the album Overkill. We'll be right back. A well-made movie is all I need in my life. Honda-san has redeemed himself of whatever came before it. But I do have some qualms with it. First of all, some of the cuts and edits are a bit jarring. When Katsura and the old man started walking away from the agents, they suddenly disappear off frame. And it happened twice. Second, some perspectives are a bit off in the scale. It doesn't happen a lot, but there are some areas. Best example, when Titanosaurus comes ashore for the first time, his height increased dramatically or drastically. Third, the editing. When Godzilla finally reaches Mechagodzilla, it goes from Mechagodzilla destroys the jets, and then suddenly Godzilla is on the ground, getting his head kicked by Titanosaurus. Jesus Christ. Choppy editing. But aside from those minor issues, the movie is a joy to watch. Not only can the human characters hold my interest for the longest time ever, but it's also compelling and dark at some points. A prisoner escaping and then getting gunned down. The rest of the prisoners having their basically vocal cords ripped out. The guards being whipped as punishment and then being executed, although we don't get to see it. And then towards the end, where one of the leaders gets choked to death, mental. God pissing mental. Same goes for the monsters as well. Mechagodzilla is relatively the same with a few minor tweaks, so no complaints here. Titanosaurus, on the other hand, well, to me, is mixed. While I do like his design and his unique power, he's kind of generic. Godzilla is the same throughout the 70s, pulling a Clint Eastwood's Man with No Name from the Dollars trilogy. No complaints there. There are three highlights that I found when it comes to him. His design in the face. Oh, he just looks so pissed. I love it. His entrance is, again, spectacular. And his charge towards Mechagodzilla. Jesus Christ. There has to be like 100 pyrotechnics going off at once. And the suit actor has to run through those explosives while the suit is being caught on fire. Apparently that was literally an accident, but they kept it in anyway. Good. Because it looks spectacular. How many times have you ever seen a radioactive dinosaur being set on fire? And they say pour gasoline on all the things back, then that would make sense. And props to the suit actor. Speaking of fire, the special effects are top notch, no complaints there. And the music by Akira Ifukube, also brilliant, no complaints there. Being able to bring back the March theme from 54 is a joy to hear, and the version that you're about to hear is not the same one from the film, but it's close enough. Overall, Terror of Mechagodzilla is a great way to end the Showa era. Ignore Super Monster, that doesn't count. Or exist. Even though it's not on the level of Destroy All Monsters, Invasion of Astro Monster, Mothra vs. Godzilla, the original Mothra, or even the original Godzilla movie, for me, it's still a great watch. However, the recurring flaws that I have with the movie may have dropped the grade a little bit. But, in the end, this movie still earns a solid 85 Kings running through explosions out of 100. It's good enough to buy it on Blu-ray. Speaking of Blu-rays, would I recommend the entire Showa era Godzilla films to you? Yes and no. Yes to the good ones, no to the shit ones. In fact, you can buy all 15 movies in one package, buy the Criterion Collection on Amazon for just the price of $110 US. Just be ready to take just be ready to take your wallet to the hospital when that actually happens. Seriously, your wallet is going to be begging for mercy, and then when you spend the money, it'll be crying, and going towards the grave. Hashtag feel bad for wallets. Now, hold on a second. We can't just go straight to the 80s. We got one more movie to go. Coincidentally, in the same year of 1975. With a certain movie that you all may or may not ever heard of. Join me next time when I enter shark hunting season for Jaws. For more First Amendment opinions on anything, whether it be movies, games, etc., stay tuned right here on the Brumakian podcast. This has been Demetrius, signing off. Have a good day, everyone.